You are here because you want to improve your tin whistle playing, right? Well, these techniques that you will learn now are simple, yet they can add so much variation, emotion, and expressive character in your performances. Here's what you will learn: finger vibrato, cuts and taps, slides and legato, bends and swaying, and finally air vibrato. Lesson 1. Finger vibrato. Start by playing a note, let's say the top 2 holes on your tin whistle. Then pulse on the lower holes lightly, but skip the hole just below the note you play. Alternatively, you can pulse only on the hole just below the one you play, but then make sure to only shade it a bit with your finger when you do the finger vibrato. Lesson 2. Cuts and taps. Let's do a practical example again. Start by covering the top 3 holes on your tin whistle, which is a G on a standard D whistle. Then blow and hold that note, and as you hold it, you quickly lift your finger from the 3rd hole and then quickly put it back again. That is called a cut. Now, you can do the same thing again, but instead of lifting your 3rd finger, you bounce rapidly down and up on the 4th hole, so the hole just below. That is called a tap. So, a cut is quickly lifting the lowest hole you play and rapidly going back, and a tap is quickly tapping the hole below the lowest you play and rapidly lifting it up again. Both cuts and taps are amazing for adding spice and energy and variation into any melody you play. Lesson 3. Slides and legato. The smoothest way to connect 2 notes in music is called legato, which means to transition between the notes in a sliding or gliding style, and this can make your melody sound very lyrical and emotional. Let's say you are going from G to A on a standard D whistle. Then simply keep your airstream flowing, so hold the note and then slowly slide your lowest finger, so the G note, outwards and up. Can you hear how smooth and nice that note transition sounds compared to simply lifting your finger fast and even tonguing both notes? And you can do this in the opposite direction as well, meaning if you start on, for example, the A, then instead slowly slide your finger into the 3rd hole, so inwards and down. That is how you do legato on your tin whistle. Lesson 4. Bends and swaying. Now, if we take the slides and legato technique that you just learned to the next level, to bends and swaying, it is not to transition between notes, but to sway smoothly on the note you play. Just like you can do on a guitar string, which you can bend, which sounds super groovy, you can slowly bend your finger on the lowest hole you play, up and down very lightly to let some air release, which alters the pitch. And you can do this in the opposite way too, but playing, let's say, a G, which means 3 holes covered, and then slightly angle in your finger on the 4th hole, just shading it a bit and swaying lightly up and down. Lesson 5. Air vibrato. Air vibrato is the most expressive and emotional form of vibrato on a tin whistle, and it sounds lovely on any type of flute or wind instrument. But the problem is that the tin whistle have a very limited dynamic range, which means that you need to develop a very good level of breath control. So this will be the most difficult technique to master on your tin whistle. But the technique itself is simple, like the others on paper at least. You simply use your breath to slightly pulse the air pressure, meaning blowing harder and softer in a pulsing fashion while you hold any note. The great thing is that you can change both the intensity and the speed of your vibrato over the duration of the note. And this is why it is so incredibly expressive and beautiful. Oh, and if you want to learn how to play songs on your tin whistle, check out these videos I made for you with music notes and backing tracks.